Welcome back to another Masterclass with 7 Ways to Wealth. It is Wednesday, and we have a wonderful guest speaker for you tonight. But before we start our Masterclass, we always start with our wins. So it's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. The week started on Sunday. So what is your win either in your business or in your personal life? So usually I go first, but Amaris has so many wins that she wants to disclose. So she is going to go first. You have the floor, Amaris.
Okay, my win this week is just getting the assignment extended and continuing till April. Um, the rates are dropping pretty good, so it's a good thing. We got that and got some other things on the table, so it's going good right now.
Love it.
And
Love
I
it.
get to go home, spend time with some family this week, so.
Love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. So Maris is a traveling nurse, guys. She is, what do they call them? She's a first responder, but she's what? The front line, right? They call you guys the front line. So thank you so much for serving, and we absolutely love it. So love the fact that you get to go home and enjoy your family, and love the fact that you won't continue making money with this new contract. So congratulations. Thank you for sharing, Amaris.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'll go ahead and dive in. So my win for the week is I have been, I actually just completed a 5-day fast. So I was fasting for, spiritual reasons, and, spiritual and health reasons. I just completed it. Hold on, I gotta mute somebody. So I feel good. So that is my personal and business win, because one, it gave me clarity in my business, and I came up with some good ideas during this fast. And the fast, I was only doing water and tea. That's it. So it gave me clarity in my business, and then health wise, I dropped 9 pounds. So it was a huge benefit for me. That's my win for the week. So today I broke that 5-day fast, and I'm super excited about that. So that is my win. So if you're just joining us, we are actually just saying one win that we have for the week, either in our personal life or our business. So you can come off of mute and, and share with us what your win is, because we want to give you your flowers and we want to celebrate you before we start our masterclass tonight. So who's next?
Hi, Christina.
Hey, how are you? Who's this?
This is Tiff.
Oh, Tiff. Girl, listen, you know how the boxes be. Hi, Tiff. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I just want to share my win
Come with the wins. Come
for
with the
this
wins.
week. And one of the wins that I was very, very excited about, which I know probably very small to some people, but it's very big to me, is that I finally got one of my EIN numbers. So I'm very excited about that.
Hey, that is super exciting. Yay. What's the next win? You got 2 wins?
I can't think of one right now.
Oh, okay.
I think
all
I'm
right.
just very excited about that.
I thought you said you had 2, but congratulations. Congratulations that you got your EIN. So you got your EIN for what?
For my trust.
For your trust. Okay. So Tiff, she set up a trust and she got her EIN, and she's ready to get her bank account and start rolling, protecting her assets. So congratulations, Tiff. Super excited about that. Thank you so much for sharing. And yes, that's a major win, honey. So keep winning, please. Who else? Okay, we got a billionaire in the house. Hi, billionaire. How are you? Do you want to share your win? I know you got a lot of wins there. Who's next? Hey, Nixon. Hey, Brittany.
Yo.
Hey, Cammie. What's up, Nixon? Go for your win. Come on. I know you have one. Pull it out from behind the brain.
All right. Well, my win for the week is I lowered my mother's insurance policy, and that reduced her monthly mortgage by $600.
Okay, that is a major win. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, congratulations, because I know we have had discussions about your mom's house, and I passed by her house. She got a new roof, huh? Is it a metal roof?
Yes, ma'am.
For the metal roof, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, you said she got a roof for free?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you reduced her mortgage by $600, and you lowered her insurance?
You got it.
Listen, that sounds like a lot of wins to me. Can we just please pat you in the back over there, killing it in real estate, helping his mom out, and she created generational wealth?
It was
Right.
stressful. It was stressful though, but I got it done.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God, what a wonderful son. Listen, I hope my son does this for me in the future. I'm gonna be set up though, but I'm saying if I need him, that's my plan B.
That's real.
All right, Brittany, she's clapping her hands. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you. So we got a couple more minutes before we start the masterclass. Anybody else want to come off of mute and say their wins? Hey, Orlando, you got any wins? Let's see who else we got. Al. Hey, Al, you got any wins?
I ain't got no win.
What? That's a lie. That's a bold lie.
No,
What?
I'm always winning. I'm always
Exactly.
winning.
But we just need to know one. We only want to know one of the 15 million wins that you have. Please share it with the community.
And y'all talking about business on this call, right? Or your personal,
It could be
whatever.
personal too. It could be both. Yeah, we talking about business, but it could be both. Because we winning in our real regular life.
I hear you. Ain't no doubt about that. Well, I guess, well, let me see. A win today or this week?
This week. The week started Sunday.
Let me say. This Sunday, I was able to close a client for millions of dollars. How about that one? Y'all like that?
Okay, that's it.
I mean, that sounds like I'm bragging though, right?
No, you are not bragging. Hello, we got millionaires and billionaires in here. Okay, stop playing. You are not bragging, Al. Congratulations. We love to hear it. We love to hear it.
That sounds like I'm bragging though.
No, what? Oh my God. Listen, if that's a part of your regular life, if that's a part of your business, like kudos to you. Okay, we love to hear it. So congratulations for signing that major client. Congratulations on getting them M's and them zeros. And we want to hear about it. So next week or whenever you need to come back and just give us the details of how that contract is going, okay?
Yeah, y'all need to hear this. The world needs to hear this one.
Exactly.
This is gonna change your life.
Exactly. Spill the beans for the community, okay?
Oh man, I want to share the beans.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Al. We appreciate you sharing your wins with us today. Who else is gonna come off of mute? We got 2 more minutes before we start our masterclass. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Dimitri. Do you guys want to come off of mute and share your win? Hey, Shy, I see you there. We got Django.
Hey, good evening. This is Adrian talking, but good evening. Good evening.
Hey, Adrian, how are you?
Hey, I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you.
Good. Somebody sent me this link. I'm on here. I see we got millionaires and billionaires, so I love it. I'll share a win today.
Okay, go for
I'm working on like trying to close a deal on like a new construction apartment complex. And I was able to secure a new attorney today because the other one was just dragging their feet. So that's a win for me.
Yes, that is a major win. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you know what? You need good people a part of your team. So someone who's dragging their feet, you need to, cut that liability out and keep it moving. So I'm glad that you actually retained someone who is actually going to execute what you need in your business or your project. So congratulations, Adrian.
Love it. Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right, so we're going to get started with this masterclass, guys. Thank you to everyone who shared their wins. It was an absolute pleasure for you guys to share and, just pour into the community. So tonight I am going to be introducing our masterclass. Let's get started. So our guest speaker for tonight is Candra Ward. Candra Ward is an amazing author, mother, serial entrepreneur. She had a hair salon business, and now she is a life coach. She's been a life coach for over a decade, and she is teaching entrepreneurs and other regular people who are really trying to either start, a business or get into another line of business, how to become a life coach. She is a good friend of mine, and I'm so excited that she is actually bringing this masterclass to us tonight. So, Candra, you have the floor. How are you? Let's see. Where is Candra? We can't hear you. You're still on mute. Thank you so much.
I was just talking away. Thank you, Christine, for having me tonight. Hello, everybody, all 14 of you. I think I was on with you guys a few months back, so I'm trying to see if I remember any names. But it's a pleasure to be here tonight. So we are going to do things unorthodox tonight. Normally, I have my PowerPoint slides, but we're just going to be talking today. And I'm going to be asking you to come off mute and ask questions if you have them. But what I'm doing, when Christine asked me to talk, I'm in the midst of transforming my program, and I wanted to rearrange some things, so I didn't have time to actually get the slide together, but that's okay because I love talking to you head on anyway, all right? So let me ask any of you, if you want to come off of mute, before I introduce myself any further, how many of you already have coaching programs or you're already a life coach? Anybody?
I feel like I'm a life coach.
You feel like you're a life coach? Okay. And how? How do you feel like you're one?
I be saving people's lives.
I think, listen, we are all life coaches in our own right. So, Christine, thank you for sharing. I'm sorry. Thank you for sharing, Mr. Al. So, Christina was saying that I've been a life coach for 10 years, but honestly, I've been a life coach pretty much all my life. And let me just explain. I've been in the beauty industry for over 27 years. I owned a hair salon in Philadelphia, where I'm originally from, for over 15 years. So how many of you know hairstylists are like therapists, life coaches, all of that? So I believe that I got a lot of my training doing thousands of women's hair, right? I just didn't have the title. So when I decided to move to South Florida in 2011, I went on this new journey of a new identity. I became a speaker, a traveling speaker, a global educator, an author. I'm an author of 19 books. And then I became a certified life coach 7 years ago. So I really, absolutely love what I do, because I love changing people's lives, like Mr. Al said, and I just get a joy out of it. And first of all, it's my calling. So I want to share with you guys, you have to understand that it is your calling to coach others if this resonates with you. This may not be for everybody, but if you came tonight, there's something in that coaching name that made you push the button to join tonight. So there's a calling in you where you're supposed to be a life coach. And I really want you to take heed to that, because this is serious business. A lot of people get into this industry because they see the potential for the income, which is amazing. They want to have a certain title, but let me tell you, it's not as easy as you may think it is. It can be downright a little crazy at times. Sometimes you may want to quit because you're dealing with, thank you, Chris, you're dealing with different personalities, and you just have to understand that when it's your calling, nothing can deter you from it, because there are some clients or some groups of clients that you may have that you like, I'm out. I just don't want to do this anymore, because they can really be stressful. So let me share with you a little bit about my coaching journey. So when I started coaching, I wasn't a life coach at first. I was actually a business coach. Look, my little pin showing. And I was coaching hairstylists on how to build their salon business and how to create workflows in their salon so they can work smarter and leave from behind their chair properly. But then I started getting the itch of going back to teaching women how to heal from unidentified trauma. A lot of people, especially women entrepreneurs, men entrepreneurs as well, they suffer with trauma in the workplace before they became an entrepreneur, trauma in their marriages, trauma in relationships, trauma in their life as a whole. And what that does is it affects their business. You ever seen somebody that's a overachiever to the point where they can't stop working or they have to prove something to somebody? A lot of that is trauma. So there's a lot of clients out there and a lot of potential people out there waiting for you to help them out of their trauma. So when I decided to move from teaching stylists to teaching women, that was a huge task that I decided to undertake because I saw the need. And when I tell you, it is so fulfilling. And during my coaching season, I actually got into a situation where I needed life coaching myself. It was a detrimental situation, a lot of grief involved in it. And it was just a hard pill to swallow. So I understand what it means to get coaching and to be a coach. All right. So I want to get this train moving. Remember, I love participation. So when I do a pause, I'm going to ask some of you to come off of mute, and I actually may call you to come off mute and just see what you have to say. Okay. So I have a 6-step system that I use. Somebody's not on mute. Hold on. I have a 6-step system that I use. And the reason why I use this system, because it is very, very easy to implement. I don't believe in making things difficult. I do have adult dyslexia, so I have to make things very, very easy and not complex, because if so, I'll make you guys confused. I'll be confused and everybody just believing like, what in the heck is she talking about? So I have to make things very concrete and very step by step, okay? So number one, whenever you start your coaching business, you have to ask yourself why you want to do it. You have to ask yourself, who are you called to? And you're going to hear me use that word a lot, called, because remember, this is a calling. It's not just a business. It's not just a side hustle. It is a calling, okay? And if you're in it for the wrong reason, you'll find out soon how much of a calling it is. So you want to make sure that you're super, super clear. So the first pillar is clarity. Who are you called to? What is your niche? What is your coaching niche, right? What problems are you solving? And I don't like to, I like to say one problem and not problems, because you don't want to confuse your target audience when you're speaking to them. You want to solve one problem, okay? You want to make sure you give them an immediate result. So what problem are you solving and what's the solution behind it? Now, I do coaching a little different. I do story-based coaching. So I teach people how to coach using their personal story. Now, let me grab my book. 1 second, guys. The reason why I think it's super important to use your story, because all of us have a story. And all of us have a unique story. And it doesn't always have to be a bad story. A lot of people think it has to be like a tragic to triumph. No, it could be something as simple as you working in your business and you found out that you loved a particular thing, and that's your story, and you want to share it with somebody. You want to give somebody the steps on how to make it happen, right? How to get the solution. But I always like to tell people to share from their story and coach from the story. The reason why is because it's naturally in you, right? You don't have to feel drained while you're coaching. You don't have to feel drained while you're teaching, because it is your story and you're happy to share it with someone and help them through it. So I created a workbook called the My Story Planner. And in this planner, it teaches you how to structure your story, how to find your defining moment, right? I don't know if you guys know what a defining moment is, but there's a part in your story where you came to a place where you was like, it's either going to have to be A or B. I'm either going to have to jump or stand still. That's the part of your story that you want to create your coaching program around, because that is where you're going to have the best outcome. This is where you're going to teach them how to go from the trouble to the solution. Okay. So that's number one. So you want to share from your story, right? Next thing you want to do, you want to make sure that you are positioning yourself, because we talked about your niche. We talked about who you're targeting. You want to position yourself, brand yourself as the coach that the people want to see, the coach that the people want to hire. You don't want to just be like every regular coach out here. You want to make sure that you stand out, okay? If you're not standing out, then someone else is going to get your potential clients. And if you're not standing out, that means you're not clear on what you're teaching, okay? And you're not passionate enough about what you're teaching, because when you're passionate, people will feel it. And that's what's going to make you stand out. When I first started coaching, I didn't know what I was talking about. I just went out there, feet first, head first. And I just started telling my story. I started sharing how I was a single mom at one point. I was a salon owner. I believed in God, and I did a survey and I said, what made you hire me, or what made you join my program? They said, number one, because I can resonate with you. You were very transparent. You talk about God a lot. You're a single mom. You were a salon owner. So I resonate with you. And I was just talking, right? I didn't know if I needed to come out and, be, real posh about it. And hello, my name is Candra. I talked the way I did. I had Philly slang. I didn't change anything. And that's what they resonated with. And this is why you will be successful in your coaching business if you are authentically you. Okay. So that is part of your brand. What are people saying about you when you're not in a room? I like to use this analogy. Let's say you're out somewhere. And I heard somebody, this is not mine. I heard somebody on social media say this. Say like you went to a restaurant with some friends, right? And you got up and went to the bathroom. What are they saying about you while you're in the bathroom? Is it positive or is it negative? That is your brand. So you have to be very mindful and very careful how you carry yourself, especially if you're going to be a coach, because people are trusting you as the authority to help them. Okay. So let's move on to create, because I know we don't have a lot of time. So I'm trying to hurry up and move a little fast. So the first pillar is clarity. You must make sure you get super, super clear before you start creating. So now that you're clear on who you're talking to, what your niche is, what problem you're solving, and what solution you're giving, right? And your brand, now it's time to create your pillars, right? So your pillars is going to be the foundation of your coaching business. These are the things that you are going to create your content from. These are the pillars that you're going to create your program from, your structure, your framework. So one of I have a few sets of pillars, but one set is rise, reposition, rebuild. So when I talk to either young girls or I talk to women in distress, I teach them how to rise from their stuck place. So they're rising up, getting unstuck. Now that I've gotten them unstuck and I have their mindset where it needs to be, now I teach them how to reposition and get back to the place that you want to be, or maybe get to another place. This is the planning phase, right? So it's just like when you're going to build a house, and I want you guys to take notes. It's just like when you're going to build a house, you need to go find out where you want to build the house, right? You have to till the land and make sure the dirt and everything is all prepped. Then you go and just picture with me. Then you go to Home Depot, you get all the stuff, right? Get all the nails and the hammer. You go back to the location and you set everything out, measure everything, make sure everything is in accordance. And that's the reposition phase. And then you rebuild. So that's my last one. Rise, reposition, rebuild. Then you build the house. So you want to make sure that you take people in steps. If people are leaving your coaching program confused, or they're leaving your coaching program with no solution, then you have not done your job effectively and your pillars were out of order. Okay. So in creation stage, you want to make sure that you create your pillars. Then you take your pillars, and I want you under each pillar to write 6 to 12 things that you can help them with. So let's say you take rise. You want to write 6 to 12 ways that you can help your clients rise. 6 to 12 ways under reposition, and 6 to 12 ways under rebuild. This is going to be the basis of your content. Okay. Now, after that, you're going to build out your framework, and I'm going to skip some stuff because I don't want to, just overload you guys with anything. So build out framework, okay. So when you build out your framework and you build out your actual program, and I like to work in twos. Gone are the days where you have 1,000 offers for people. You don't need 1,000 offers. You literally can operate off of 2 offers. That's it, right? Starting off until you get to your 100K, your 250, whatever your desired income is, get there first, and then you can start adding programs, adding retreats, masterminds, and things of that nature. But you want to make sure that you have one solid core offer and a membership. That's it. One solid core offer and a membership, okay? So after you've built your one solid core offer, you can create your membership, and now you're going to create a lead magnet. And I don't have time to go through all of that, but now you're going to create a lead magnet, which I like to tell people, create a webinar. A lot of times people create lead magnets in the form of like guides or ebooks. They're cool, but be honest. How many people have you worked with after you downloaded a free ebook or a free guide? Not many. You really didn't call them back, because number one, you probably didn't even read the ebook. It's probably still sitting in your email. So I like to tell people to use a webinar or a free masterclass as your lead magnet, because people get to see you talk, they get to hear you, they get to see how you operate, and it builds the know, like, and trust factor faster. Okay. So let's move on. And then you want to set, I wish I had slides for you. I'm sorry, guys. Then you want to make sure that you set up your tools, and meaning your tools and your platforms. This is where you set your lead magnet, like your Zoom, or your platform, like your digital delivery system, if you happen to have a guide or ebook. And you want to set up your back end systems where you can have your email platform set up, whether it be ConvertKit, Kartra, MailChimp, wherever you house your emails, you want to have all of that set up. So when they are signing up for your webinar, you have all of their contact information. You can send them automated emails letting them know the webinar is coming soon. Once you do, let's act like the webinar is happening. Once you are conducting the webinar, you want to make sure that you have your core offer ready to go, okay? A lot of people wait to the end of the webinar to give the core offer. And then some people, like they mentioned the core offer throughout the webinar, because most people know they're not joining a webinar for free, for real, for real. They know at the end something is going to be offered to them, okay? It's expected. So you can do it during the webinar or after. So let's move on to the next pillar. So we went through clarity, create, okay? Now community. So in order to really sell, in order to really build that know, like, and trust factor, you have to build a community. A lot of people in these internet streets are creating life coaching programs, they're creating products, and it's crickets because they have not built a community. You know, after 2020, everything got super busy. The world got super crowded. More people started using social media. So now when you had this much visibility, now you have this much if you're not showing up consistently, right? So you have to create a marketing strategy and a content planning strategy in order for you to show up and be seen. I started going back on Instagram recently, and within the matter of, oh my gosh, within a matter of like 3 days, I gained like 250 followers just from doing some reels. I think I'm up to like 350 now, but just by doing some reels, one reel went like a little baby viral. It got like 17,000 views and like 1,000 and something likes, right? And that's how I got some followers. And then the ones that I started doing after that, they started going a little baby viral. It's not say baby viral, but they started going a little baby viral as well. And the same thing on TikTok. So you must make sure that you're visible, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that you have to kill yourself and show up 5 times a day, but make sure you find what works for you and show up consistently. Now, remember, I told you guys I like to work in twos. Make sure you start with 2 platforms, rock those out until you really get acclimated and used to using those, and then you can add other platforms. But if you have a good virtual assistant or you have a content manager, you know, more power to you. If you want to show up on YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, what we got, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, stories, reels, what else we got? You know, Clubhouse, it's a lot. And they all work, but if you have a system, go for it. But if it's too confusing for you, only start with 2, and you'll figure those out once you know where your target demographic is lying. I like to call it your call clients. You'll know where they are. All right. So you want to make sure that you build community. Also, you want to set up housing for them. So what do I mean by setting up housing for your community? And we're still talking about building your life coaching business. You set up housing either in a Facebook group, a text messaging community, of course, your email. Clubhouse is a great place to house your people. And what else do I have? And also like WhatsApp, they have, what's the other one? There's some other places that you can house your people. Now, I will tell you, you want to make sure that you get your people off of social media, because if you keep them on social media, so if Facebook or Instagram decides to close your account or remove you, there's your people right there. So you build your tribe on social media, and not instantly, after you nurture them, you move them off of social media and you go ahead and house them somewhere. Now, Facebook group, that's a lot of work to keep up. I'm just going to be honest. So you must make sure that you have a manager, because as many times as I tried to manage a Facebook group, it's like you get all excited at first, and after a while, you don't forgot about. So it's a lot of work. That's like another second job. So get somebody to manage that. But it is a great place to house people because you can talk to them, you know, right away. Okay. But also remember, it's still a social media platform, and they can literally just cut you out at any time. So you want to make sure you get them in your text messaging and your emails. Okay. All right, so that's with building community. Always have a call to action with your community. Very, very important. A call to action can be it can be, like I said, text messaging, email. It can be, you know, type in the chat if you feel this way. Join my free webinar. Follow me. Those are all call to actions. It's a certain way that you have to say them in order to get people to do it, but you always have a call to action when you go live. I forgot going live. When you go live, when you post a reel, when you create a story or a post, right? You always have a call to action. All right, so that's community. So what do we have so far? Clarity. You want to get clear before you create or start anything. After you are clear, right? of who, what, why, when, and how. Then you want to create the framework for your program. Let me share this. I forgot to share it. You don't want to fill your program in if this is your first time. You are going to fill your program once. When I say fill, meaning with content, all right? You're only building the framework for your program, but if this is your first time, this is going to be a beta. So you are going to create your program as you go when you actually have people on the Zoom and they've paid you and things of that nature. And we'll get to that if I have time. Okay. So we talked about building your community. Very important because you need people to sell to. Yes, you can jump to ads, but you can also build community authentic as well. Okay. So after community, now you want to communicate. So now the communication is now that they know you, that's in the clarity part. They like you, that's in the create part. That's in the community part. They're liking you, they're following you. They may have shared one of your lives, but they haven't purchased from you yet. So now in this communication stage, this is when they are going to decide to purchase from you between here and the convert stage. And I'll share with you in a minute, right? So the communication stage is your marketing. Like, what is your marketing? What marketing plan have you set up? Have you set up a budget for marketing? Are you just going guerrilla marketing? How are you going to market? The way these internet streets are set up is free. If you really get honed in, you can make this happen without spending a whole lot of money, okay? I am not a Facebook ad strategist, but I was on somebody's live, I think it's John Lee, and he shared this system where you can do ads on like Google and Facebook for like $1 a day. And somehow he did it. I got to go watch it again, but it was phenomenal. So you could go either way. You can either do, authentic marketing organic marketing or ads. Okay. All right. So we talked about communication, your marketing plan. This is the promotion stage. We'll move over to the conversion stage. All right. So this is the stage where they are hot. They're out of the cold phase because they were your cold clients in the beginning, in the no factor. Then they became warm in the like factor. Now they're getting hot. So they're in the trust factor. They don't mind spending $1,000 with you, especially after coming off of your webinar. They like what they heard, and now they want to get on your program because you touched on their pain points and how you can help them so much that they're like, just here, take my money. I need to get out of this pain, or I want to have this pleasure. Either or, right? Either or, the pain or the pleasure. You communicated that so well to them that they're just like, let's go. Now, I would say your core program. Now, everybody has different price points. A high-end program normally starts between $3,000 up to $10,000. A medium middle tier starts from $997 to maybe like $2,500, right? But if you're just getting started, a $997 program is perfect. That is perfect to offer after a webinar. Now, some people may be fearful because they may think it's a lot. Now, I normally don't say this, but if you feel like that's too much, half it, go down to $497 and just say that's the introductory rate for the first 24 hours, right? And then you can get a couple of people in. After that, you raise it back up to $997. If you have a sales coach, you talk to them, they'll help you, figure that out. So we're in the convert stage. So the conversion stage is now they are ready to swipe the card. Okay. This is after your webinar. You go ahead, whether it's a high ticket, whether you're getting them on a phone or whether you're just sending them to the landing page to go ahead and buy, whether they're paying in full or on a payment plan, doesn't matter. You've already converted. Give yourself a hand clap, a round of applause, and there you go, right? So now after the conversion stage, I'm almost done, Christine. Now after the conversion stage, conversion, I got tongue-tied stage. Now you're in the client processing stage, the client experience. What are they experiencing now that they've purchased? This is when all of your systems need to be set up properly, because now that they've purchased, are they getting a thank you for your purchase email? Do you have something automated set up in the back? That's why you guys really need to jump in the funnel logistics, which Christine offers. But do you have it set up where they get the thank you email? Thank you, for signing up or registering or whatever you want to say in your email. Now, what is your onboarding process? Are you sending them a workbook? Are you sending them their onboarding package? What are you sending them? Are you sending them to a special free webinar, not free because they already paid, but a special webinar just for them because they're VIP? What are they get them to make them feel welcome? What is your process? Or is it just plain they paid and they won't hear from you till the program starts? That you don't want to do. You want to keep them engaged. You want to make them feel like, oh my God, even here's something that you can do too, right? And I've got this off of somebody on Clubhouse. Ask them the size, what size t-shirt do they wear, right? And now you send them, just as, you know, just for joining, you send them a welcome package, maybe a mug, a t-shirt, and you have them wear the t-shirt on a certain day where you take pictures, and that's your mark. That can be part of your marketing plan, you know, when you're marketing for your next cohort, or if you're doing a rolling enrollment program, right? So the client experience is super, super important. How are you teaching them? You have to understand the type of learning style. Like you have to understand how they learn. Everybody learns different. Some people are auditory, some people are visual, some people are kinesthetic. So you must make sure that you have all touch points of learning, okay? And you have to identify how you teach. How do you deliver? Do you talk fast? Do you talk slow? Are you all over the place? Do you have to create bullet points so you can stay in line? How are you creating your curriculum? How's your framework set it up? Let me tell you something. Less is best. You want to only solve one problem in your program. You don't want to solve 3. You don't want to solve 4 or 5. You solve one and you have one solution, because people, you have to teach them as if you were teaching a 3rd grader. And not to belittle them, but you really have to teach like that, because that's how they will understand. Remember, especially if you're teaching newbies, this is all new to them, right? So you must make sure that you have something solid and structured and in order, and less is best, okay? You don't need a whole bunch of words on your slides. And I would prefer you not to have slides every time you meet, because you want to make sure that it's personable as well. Slides on occasions are great, but if you're becoming a life coach, if you're going to be a life coach and these people have some serious issues, they want to see you talking to them as well, okay? So you can kind of switch it up. And also you can create your program to be a hybrid program. What does that mean? So hybrid meaning you can show up live every week, and then you can have pre-recorded trainings where they have to watch the trainings before they come to the live session. Therefore, it's taking less stress off of you having to teach the same thing over and over and over again, where they just watch the training and they come every week for Q&A. Simple as that. Now, I will tell you, the first time that you do it, you want to make sure the first time that you have your program, you want to make sure that you do come live and teach it. Don't give them a pre-recording, because remember, this is going to be your beta. This is a test just to see what you need to add and what you need to remove. Very, very important. Okay. So I'm going to open, I hope I didn't go over time, but I'm going to open the floor. If anyone has any questions, of course, there's way more than that, but I wanted to be respectful of the time. Oh, real quick, before I open the floor, let's talk about legal structure really quickly. You want to make sure that, you know, I'm no legal expert, but you want to make sure that you structure your coaching program. Make sure in your city or in your town that if they call for a business license, even working at home, you want to make sure that you are in compliance with that. You want to make sure you have your LLC, your domains, everything that will get you set up as a legit business. Because remember, this is not a side hustle. This is a calling. So you want to set this up as a legit business. All right. So I'll open the floor if anyone has any questions. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. What
Yes.
what's the how much you charge your clients? Do you charge them per hour? Is it like hourly rate, or how do you do that?
I would not say charge hourly because you'll undercut yourself. So a lot of coaches, they charge by results. They charge by how fast they get results. They charge by value. And it just really all depends, but I wouldn't say charge by the hour, because therapists charge by the hour, right? So because we are not therapists, you know, we don't want to charge, because most therapists charge $100 an hour, or $125 an hour. You're really shortcutting yourself. So think about this. And also I want to say, and I want to give a two answer to that question. You want to really think about having group coaching instead of one-on-one. Now, if you're just starting out as a coach, one-on-one is okay to get your training, but quickly move over to group coaching once you get it under your belt. But let's go back to one-on-one. And the reason why you want to go to group coaching is because, number one, you save more time, you don't work as much, and you make more money, okay? So let's go back to one-on-one. So if you are doing one-on-one and you're charging $125 an hour, or let's say $297 an hour, then you have to really do a lot of people all week to really make a difference in your income. And then you're going to get tired out, because life coaching can be tiresome. So let's say you have Miss Mary in the morning, you have John in the afternoon, you have about 4 to 5 people a day, and you work about 3 to 4 days out of the week. You are going to be exhausted. Seriously. So I would not recommend charging by hour. So I really don't have an answer. If I had an answer, I would say if you were doing it by hour and you really have a great skill set and expertise, don't go under 500. And really, like, don't. It's a lot of work, okay? But just charge, I would say, charge by the program. So let's say you set up a program. Some people coach where they do like a 90-minute session and they'll charge like $597 or $497 for that session. I would say create a program where you see someone for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or 12 weeks. Okay, 6, 8, or 12 works fine. Your 6 week, you can charge $2,500. Your 8 week, you can go up to $3,000, a little bit over that, 32. And then your 12 week, you can go high as you want, but you can go as low as maybe 5,000. You know what I mean? It just all depends on the results that they're getting and the solution that they're getting, but you have to make sure that you are delivering well. Okay. So those are the common price points. The common price point for just a regular core program, just to get yourself up and running, is between $997 and $2,500. Yes. I hope I answered that. And that was Mr. Al, correct?
Yes, that's me.
Okay.
Alva.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, pretty well. Thank you.
Okay. Adrian has a question.
Hey, good evening. Thank you for information. Did have a quick frozen. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, I did have a quick question. As far as like, that's with all.
Adrian, I'm sorry, you're going
all
out.
that.
Adrian? I think we lost him.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Again, thank you for all this information. It's been great. But as far as like all the back office stuff and all the setup that you were discussing, if I didn't necessarily have the skill set to get all that done, is there a service or company that you could recommend that could pretty much run all that for me and I just show up to coach?
Yes. So Christina operates a system called Funnel Logistics, and I use it and I love it. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. So it takes care of your emails. You can put your videos in there. You can house your membership. You can create your landing pages, your website, your text messaging. It gives you a number. What else did I miss, Christina? It has everything that you need. It's an all-in-one platform.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
Your websites, funnels, landing pages. You can do your social media marketing on there. Your calendar, have people book calls for you. There's a plethora. It's an all-in-one platform. So a lot of people, they use 10 different platforms for 10 different things, and this platform all in one. So you have those 10 different things all in one place instead of you having 10 logins.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
How do I get in contact with you, Christina?
Yes. I'm actually going to send you over to my partner. He's the one who manages all of that. I will. Are you able to write down his phone number?
Yep, go right ahead.
Okay, it's 305-903-2733. And he'll be able to set you up with a demo so he can demonstrate the software to you.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, Adrian. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. I think somebody had a question in the chat. Hold on.
Yes, she did. Let me see. It's Natasha. She said, I'm a therapist and I see 5 clients 4 days a week, and it can be exhausting. I love it and get paid well, but I agree with group coaching. Less work, more money.
Yes, Natasha. I'm telling you, like it is, and it's funny because I teach people how to become authors as well. So I had 2 therapists in my group called the Book Creation Bootcamp. And they were like, listen, I want to be a coach. Like I got my degrees and everything, but it is tiresome and I'm underpaid. When I see all these, like they see all these coaches out here making more money than them and working less. Like guys, I remember when I made my first 30K, like this was years ago when I first started, made my first 30K off of a beta program. And I didn't even charge them a lot. I had 30, I think it was like 33 people in the program. It was a 9-week coaching program, but I was like, whoa. And I was only with them 90 minutes a week, y'all, 90 minutes a week. And I said, it's like that. So yeah, so it is, you do save a lot of time. Any other questions?
Yeah, that group coaching sounds phenomenal.
I'm patient. Any questions, guys? So Christina, do you have any questions for me before I share my information?
Candra, I have one question.
Yes.
You mentioned ads. I realize that I make more money when I spend money on ads, or I attract more customers when I spend money on ads. What do you suggest we do in order to grow the business? Should we start small? Should we start spending ads right in the beginning? What are the advice that you have for us?
This is Christina's lane. She is the marketing guru. But what I will say, you said you get more clients and you make more money when you do ads.
Correct.
So this is not for coaching.
This is for mostly not just for coaching. It's for any services that I offer. Every time I post the ads on either Facebook, Instagram, it's a good way to attract customers. But do you suggest we start doing ads in the beginning, whether if it's coaching or any mentorship program?
Me personally, everybody has their own, I don't know, me personally, I wouldn't start if I'm a new coach. I would get used to putting myself out there organically first. Now you can boost, like if you do posts, and again, I'm not no expert, so just take what I got for you. But I would like boost some of my posts first before I spend all of this money. Because a lot of times people, when they're new to this industry, they don't know everything that goes into ads. And I've known plenty of people that have done ads, and that's not even new. It didn't work for them, right? So you have to make sure that you hire somebody that knows what they're doing. And a lot of times people's budgets aren't where they want it to be because ads can get very pricey. Now, Google ads are less expensive than Facebook ads that I know of. But it can get pricey. So I probably wouldn't recommend it for a new time coach. I would say get used to it, burn the rubber for a little bit, learn your coaching style first, have beta programs first. And then now, if you want to do like a small ad, maybe to get people in your beta program, okay, but I just wouldn't splurge on ads right away. That's just my answer. So Christine or somebody else may have a better answer. Did that answer your question?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But listen, if it's working for you, don't change what's already working. Like if it's working and you know how to do it, then keep going.
I definitely agree with you, Candra. Like when it comes to building a new business or, if anyone is coaching and stuff like that, like you want to build out your audience organically first.
Yeah.
And build that foundation first before you start scaling, because like paying for ads and stuff, that's a part of scaling. And you don't want to, you definitely want to reinvest in your business, but you don't want to do it too early because that can hurt you and put you out of business.
Yeah.
So we have another question. Let's see in the chat. Natasha said, I'm thinking about coaching other professionals in my field. Any guidance on this?
Oh, for sure. That's perfect. So the funny thing is, one of the therapists that was in my boot camp, she wants to do the same thing, right? And I think it's perfect because if you really pay attention out here on social media, Natasha, there are so many therapists that are moving over into the coaching space. Literally. So they're 9 to 5, they're therapists, but their business, they're moving over into the coaching space. So it's a perfect market right now. It's saturated with therapists that are seeing coaches making more money than them and spending less time. So if you already have the title and you let them know that you're moving over into this coaching space, they will be more than happy to work with you. So if you want to know how to set that up, you can definitely reach out to me. I can, help guide you in that process. But yeah, I think that that's an amazing idea. I say go for it. I saw this Facebook ad. It was a teacher. I think her name, she's all on Facebook. I forgot. But anyway, she's a retired teacher. And I think she is a retired principal, if I'm not mistaken. But she took her skill sets from her 9 to 5, from her corporate job, and she became a coach to other teachers, helping them to get out of the field and become coaches. So, I mean, I think that's amazing if you do that. I would say go for it and start soon, ASAP. Don't wait on it too long because somebody else is going to grab it. Anybody else? You're welcome. So Christine, you got the floor for now. What would you like?
Oh yeah, I don't see any other questions. So
Okay.
Candra, can you let everyone know how to get in contact with you and what offers do you have?
Yes, so I am Candra Ward all across the board. That rhymes, right?
Yes.
So I'm Candra Ward on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Please follow me on Instagram and TikTok because I'm trying to grow my following over there. I literally built my business, not trying, I am growing my following over there. I built my business on Facebook, but I'm moving over to other platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So go ahead and give me a follow over there. But I do have a webinar coming up. It's called Become the Life Coach, right? So Become the Life Coach, right? So the T stands for training, the H stands for healing, and the E stands for empowering, all right? So I want you guys to come and learn how you can become the trained life coach, how you can become the healed life coach, and the empowered life coach. It's a 90-minute webinar. You're going to have slides. We're going to go in more detail and depth than this. So you can go to, you can go to CandraWard.com. Very simple. The button is right there. Go ahead and register for that. And it's going down on this Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So make sure that you sign up and register for that. Also, if you are, everybody's on here is an entrepreneur, but if you want to make sure that you run your business by telling your story, stories sell and facts tell. So if you always wanted to learn how to tell your story, I have a workbook right here. You can get the digital copy for only $37. I think I am going to start selling these. I'll just sell them to y'all. If you want the physical copy, go ahead. Go to, do I have it up there? Yeah, it's on there. So go on CandraWard.com, go ahead and order your copy and I'll get it out to you. So it's over 200 pages of goodness, guys. Like it teaches you how to it teaches you how to identify your personal story, your defining moment, as well as create your brand story, all right? Everybody needs a brand story with your business, okay? Because remember, people want to relate to you. They don't want to talk to a business, they want to talk to a person. And that's it for now. So yeah, so make sure you sign up for the webinar. It's happening on this Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. And thank you guys for your time.
Thank you so much, Candra. I have 2 announcements, guys. So thank you so much, Candra, for pouring into the community. This masterclass was absolutely phenomenal, and we are so grateful for you. Thank you so much for teaching us how to become a life coach. So if Candra resonates with anybody, please reach out to her. I did put her Instagram on there, so please give her a follow, and I did put her website in the chat, so please go ahead and contact her or go to her website and see what products she has.
Oh, sorry, Christine, one more thing, totally forgot. Sorry, guys. Also, if you want to book a one-on-one call with me, everything is on CandraWard.com. I just keep it simple. So you can book a 30-minute discovery call with me so we can discover what your story is and what niche of life coaching that you want to get into. Okay, that's that. Thanks, Christine. Sorry about that.
Awesome. Phenomenal. Thank you so much, Candra. We're grateful for you. So I do have 2 announcements. The first announcement is that we are giving a giveaway. So 7 Ways to Wealth is actually giving away to 2 lucky individuals. We're giving away the Wealthy Trustee program. So you have lifetime access to the program where you learn how to set up a trust. So if you guys are interested in getting into the program for free, then you have to participate in the giveaway. The giveaway is being conducted on Instagram. So I just put in the Instagram in the chat. So go to 7 Ways to Wealth Instagram. And then on that first post, you have the rules for the giveaway. And we will announce the winner of the 2 programs on February 16th at 7:30 p.m. live. And then the second announcement is that we are having a Wealthy Trustee webinar, and that is February 16th at 8:30 p.m. So if you guys want to learn more about how to incorporate a trust into your business structure and how to build wealth utilizing this tool, then join me on the free webinar. It is February 16th at 8 p.m. And I'm going to go ahead and put that registration link in the chat if you guys are interested. If you guys need any of these websites, then you can text us on the community line, the line that gave you the link to this website, any questions that you have, or if you need any links or anything like that. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. It was phenomenal. We do this every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. So if you're new to the community, or if you're new to this, Wealth Wednesday call, then come join us next week at 7 p.m. and we're going to have another guest speaker. So we always bring industry experts on to give you guys 30-minute masterclasses on things that's going on in business to help you grow your business and elevate and evolve. So thank you so much. Any last comments, questions, concerns? No? Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good evening and be blessed, everyone.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.